You're on mute. Iggy, you're on mute.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
We can't hear you.
You guys hear me now?
I can hear you.
Man. Had a little bit of a delay there on my end. I couldn't tell what was going on. I was still hearing it. But welcome to the Fantasy Sports Game Show, the game show about fantasy sports for fantasy sports people. We are the sports affiliation. You are the sports affiliation. If you're watching on Twitter, we'll try to get to the comments. Try to get over to the YouTube. Just click that link and we can get your comments loaded up. This is a competition against the contestants. We're going to get to them pretty soon. But the winner does get a pack of cards, some stickers, some love from the TSA, okay? So I just want to give you that as well. Please subscribe to the show and keep the content rolling, man. We got shows. Just had a show right before this. We got a watch along right after this. TSA is always trying to keep it going for you guys. All right. If you know how this show works, we get straight to the mystery question. 20 seconds on the clock. I think this one's kind of easy. We'll see if you guys can get there. It is episode 32. I am 30-1 against the crowd. All right, here we go. This Hall of Fame member led the league in scrimmage yards twice. He's been the Rookie of the Year, an MVP, and a Super Bowl MVP. All right, one guess. Time starts now. I'll give first hint. He had 587 receptions.
Randy Moss.
Good guess. No. Joe Montana was his teammate.
Jerry Rice.
Nope, not Jerry Rice. Number 32.
Oh.
All right. Can y'all hear the bell? Did y'all hear it?
Yeah, I heard the bell.
Roger Craig.
All right. That was a good guess. I kind of threw a curveball at you guys here. It is the great Marcus Allen with, 587 receptions. He is the only player all time to have a Heisman, collegiate national champion, MVP, Super Bowl MVP, and Super Bowl victory. He's the only one that's ever done that. I think it's pretty special. I don't know why we don't talk about it more. He had 12,243 rushing yards. He played for 16 years. He had 5,411 receiving yards. Like I said, he did it all. Rookie of the Year. Kind of gets forgotten. Not a San Francisco 49er. Not a Minnesota Viking, but still a great guy. No worries, though. Let's get to our contestants. We got Mace, we got Riggs, we got JC. Let's get first up. We'll get Mace up here. Mace, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, my friend?
Yeah, what's up, man? My name is Mace Riney. You can find me on the X app or Twitter, I suppose. Cali King 49er17. I'm a content creator and ranker of IDP for Fantasy Six Pack. I'm on the Fantasy Pros ECR for offense, though, as well. And I scout people in the Shrine Bowl. It's my third time here. I've got first and I've got last. So hopefully I can land in the middle or in first.
There we go. I love it. We do have a former champion. Mace gave you a thumbs up if you're familiar with the show. Thumbs up equal points. Thumb downs lose points. Don't lose points too often on it, but every once in a while we do. All right. Up next, we got my man Riggs. Get you on the big screen here, Riggs. How you doing today, sir? Please tell everybody a little bit.
I appreciate you guys for having me on, man. Yeah, I'm founder of the sports forum at Denver Forum. You guys can give us a follow. Got a radio show, got some other content shows for you. I'm doing sports betting, sports writer, all that good stuff, man. So appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I love working with Riggs, man. We worked previously together, always coming on the show. We'll be on the show tomorrow talking some NBA over there with my man Riggs at the Denver Sports Forum. Glad to be a part of it. Up next, our producer, trying to get him to not pull double duty here. He is a contestant. You do see the Seahawks banner back there, but there is an AP jersey back there in the purple and gold. JC, how you doing? Please tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm JC. I'm one of the co-founders of the Sports Affiliation. Doing a lot of fun stuff there. Check out the website, sportsaffiliation.com. But I am also a former winner on this show.
Yeah, we do have two winners. We got our second one. I do got the board going tonight, so y'all can see it. We got 1 point each for you guys. Nothing from the audience yet. Just keep it rolling, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Invited some 49ers to the show, fans. What couple Vikings fans I do know I did invite as well. So we'll see. Maybe Scott Fish is watching. You never know, right? All right. So here we go. First question. We're going to keep it in the same order. We'll go Mace, Riggs, and then JC. Let me change the clock real quick. We're going to change the time up on it. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. You can go try to keep it within it. These first couple questions, we're a little lenient. A little bit of contact after the whistle. We'll let that slide a little bit, so to speak. All right, 30 seconds on the clock, Mace. First question. Most impressive fantasy football performance you saw Sunday? This does include all positions, IDPs, defenses, and kickers. Your time starts right now.
Yeah, so I kind of double dipped. I got two guys because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hit all 30 seconds. I'm going to go with Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, 12 of 13, 179 yards, 2 tutties. Seems like every time she's there, he is showing out. My fantasy team's 11 in redraft. Defensive side, Myles Garrett. He's got a boatload of tackles, 9 combined, 2 QB hits, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 blocked kick, and 1 pass deflection. The man went off, and he got me like 50 points in some leagues. Threw a shot for FF7S earlier as well with his points on there.
Love it, man. Yeah, he did go off in FF7s. You get those big points whenever you block a kick in that league. So gave you 3 points there. Great answer, Mace, but I gave that to Riggs. Shame on me. I give that to Mace. All right, Riggs. Let me get the time on the clock real quick, sir. What was the best fantasy football performance you saw Sunday and the why? All right, time starts right now.
Give me Lamar Jackson. That boy went off, man. What a performance. 38-6. They take down the Lions. Everybody giving them shade, saying that they're not that team this year. Lamar shutting everybody up. 357 pass yards, 3 tutties, no interceptions. He also tacked one on with his legs. 9 rushes for 36 yards. I mean, what an absolute dog. This dude was on all day. No mistakes on my end. If he can do that every week, they're going to be undefeated. So from this point forward,
Love it. Giving you one more, saying that he can be the man again for them. JC, we're going to put 30 seconds on the clock. What was the best thing you saw this Sunday? Remember, in these first 3 questions, it's okay to have the same answers, my friends. We'll save all the different ones for the fourth quarter finale. Starts now.
All right, so I went a little bit of a different route than everyone else. So someone who really impressed me this week was the Giants DST. In Fantasy Football 7s, they are the number 27 ranked defense on the year, and they finished as the number 1 in the week against the Commanders with 46.4 points. They were a real reason the Giants won this week. Despite Tyrod putting up good numbers, they only scored twice. Giants D stopped any receiver from scoring a TD this week, despite Howell throwing for 249 yards and allowed 1 score on the ground, 6 sacks on the day, a massive interception, blocked kick, and special teams on the special teams.
Yeah, they leading when you have that FF7's defense, man, it kind of makes a big difference in how your scoring is going to be. Those guys can really tilt the field. Finally showed up. They had, there were players that had more sacks than they did the entire season. So I love that answer as well. JC gave you 3. So JC sitting at 4, May sitting at 4. Riggs, you do have 5 at the moment. No comments rolling in right now at the moment. That's all right. There could be some on Twitter. No big deal. Yeah, I thought those were all really great performances. Another one that kind of, sticks out, I guess, is Josh Jacobs. He caught his first receiving touchdown of his career. Despite the loss, Deontay Foreman really stole the show, though, from a running back performance. I can't believe Carolina let Foreman go to go pick up Miles Sanders. I don't think that organization has any clue what they're doing over there. New ownership. I think he's figuring it out. Just a billionaire that wanted to, own a football team and putting that city through some hard times. All right. So
they got Thielen.
They did, man. Ex-Viking. We'll see how he does tonight. Let's move it on to question 2, my friends. Moving right along tonight, 5:41, plenty of time. So who will be the highest scoring fantasy football player tonight? Keep in mind, this is based off of half-point PPR. If you're going to use IUP scoring, I didn't know anything that's reasonable will be accepted. Okay, so what we have right now, second question, we'll go Riggs, JC, and then Mace. So Riggs, we get you over here on the big screen, and your time starts right now.
Who would I be if I was in the first spot and I didn't say Christian McCaffrey? Come on now. The boy is playing. So it appears, unless something changes in the next 30 minutes, it sounds like he's going to be in. He's on my fantasy team. I need him to win this league for me today. So I'm going to rock with it. Look, the dude scores every single game. There's not a game that he does not score a touchdown in, whether it's receiving, whether it's rushing. I like him to score first. Honestly, I like him to score twice. I just think this Vikings team, man, they have no business trying to stop Christian McCaffrey. Say less.
All right. I love it. I gave you 3 points there. CMC, difficult not to take in these moments. You know, he's the man, dude. So we'll see what everybody else says. Like I said, JC, always okay to have the same answer.
Gonna make me cry.
Sorry.
Who do you got tonight in the Y, sir? And it starts right now.
So I'd also say CMC, but that's the obvious choice, right? I'm thinking Minnesota will need to do whatever they can to contain CMC if they want a chance at a victory tonight. My choice here is Mr. Brandon Ayuk himself. Debo is out another week, and Brandon has shown us how explosive he is against a weak secondaries like the Steelers and the Cardinals. He gets a hell of a matchup this week against the Vikings, who are the 6th worst ranked defense against wide receiver. Let's give him 7 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown against Minnesota tonight.
Gave us a bold prediction on the stat line. What was it? 7 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown?
112. I mean, against the other two, he had more yards. He had 1 touchdown. I mean, he put up more catches.
I think he's going to eat against that secondary. We've kind of been talking about that since the preseason over here. And, Mace, coming up next, who do you think is going to be the highest scoring fantasy football player tonight? Starts right now.
Yeah, so I was thinking just go with the Niners defense, man. Offensive guard Ezra Cleveland is out with the foot injury. He's like PFF ranked 4th at his position. Obviously, Jetta's out. Stopping Hawkinson and just ensuring Madison doesn't get his first rushing touchdown of the year. I think that's really going to be the key to victory here. Let's see. He does have 2 receiving, though. Minnesota passes 70% of the time. So Nick Bosa, Hargrave, he's going to be inside with that new guard. And I think they're going to tear it up. So
right at the buzzer, got to give you some. Not like a little mini shade jab with Madison. You said he didn't score his first. He hasn't scored a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, he hasn't scored his first rushing touchdown yet. But if he does with the Niners, guarantee I will be letting everyone know because that's embarrassing.
Okay, I gave you an extra point for that. It's all tied up right now. 8 apiece. Nothing in the comments right now. They're probably on Twitter. That's okay, man. We got a great show going. 888. So you could have Steve Young, Troy Aikman, who's a great 8 for, I don't know, 8 for the Vikings or the Steelers.
Not Kirk Cousins. I'll tell you that.
That is his number.
It is.
So yeah, we'll go that route, you know. All right, 8 apiece. I love it. Coming up to the 3rd question right here. We're about to get through the first half of this. I think this was a pretty interesting question. I put a lot of thought into it. I just, everybody's like, oh, don't worry about quarterbacks, just a position you don't got to worry about. There's so many. You can go grab some on the waiver wire. I mean, not be true in a 10-team league, maybe some 12-team single quarterback leagues. Any super flex league, any 16-team league or 14-team league, you're like looking at like Mac Jones, and he didn't have necessarily a bad game, but he definitely had great ones.
So high this week.
Mac Jones so he was
very high.
Oh, he was good this last week. No disappointment there, but he's been pretty awful. I think he outscored this week more than he did the previous 3. But who did you think was the best backup quarterback? And by that, what I mean is they weren't an opening day starter for the performance of week 7. So what we're going to do on this one, we'll go JC, Mace, Riggs. JC, let me get the clock started. We'll get you over here. Who's the best backup performance you saw? And go.
All right, so if anyone had to stream a QB this week for Buymageddon and chose to start the stash this week, ooh-wee, did you pan out? Minshew Mania has begun. Regardless of the loss, my man Gardner put up some massive points in fantasy for NFL purposes and NFL purposes. In Fantasy Football 7's, Gardner finished as a QB3 on the week with 30.10 points. He went for 15 for 23 for 305 passing yards, two passing touchdowns, also had 3 carries for 29 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, man, he really balled out. I mean, hopefully if you had Richardson.
Shimmy, dude, when he would get in, ooh, the shimmy. Oh man, he's in, dude. He's ready. He's here.
He's definitely a fan favorite. I'll say that. I don't dislike him, that's for sure. But he just needs to win games more. But for fantasy, this is a fantasy show, Mace. So he did pretty good. Who do you think had the best backup quarterback performance of week 7, sir? And it's on you.
Yeah, I'm going to go in a game that had 45-degree weather with wind chill at Soldier Field. Nathan Peterman was also sacked in this game, but this guy got the game ball in his first ever start coming up from D2 out of nowhere. I've never heard of this guy. I do some scouting. Tyson Badgett, man, the guy went 21 for 29, 72% completion rating. He was responsible for 12 touchdowns out of the 23 that they had. He didn't jump off the stat sheet for you, but 162 yards, 1 touchdown, but he managed the game and he got the W, and so much so that he's going to start again.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of an interesting dynamic there. We got quarterback controversy between an Ohio State product and a D2 quarterback that nobody really heard of. Yeah, I mean,
I believe he won the Heisman of the D2 league, and his dad is also the arm wrestling champion.
Yeah, I saw that, man. His dad definitely looks like somebody that didn't want to mess.
Fun facts there.
Left and right arms too, man.
Yeah. All right, Riggs, who's the best backup quarterback from your perception? Like I said, you can't say these same guys. Just give me the why, man. All right, starts now.
Tyrod Taylor, first of all, pulling off the upset over Washington. Everyone right now writing off these New York Giants. I'm one of those people. And the thing about this guy, he's getting better every single week. Just looking at the last 2 weeks, 200 yards, no touchdowns last week. Bounces back this week, 279, 2 touchdowns. And he's getting comfortable. He's using his legs. Look at him running the football. 8 rushes, 25 yards. I think this dude right now is better than Daniel Jones. So nothing else to say. He balled.
Riggs put controversy out there. Also, just getting right in before the end of the time. I'm going to give you 1 point there because I think you're the only one that didn't go over in that round. So rewarding you there with that play. Hey, we're in the fourth quarter finale. Like I said, I'm not seeing the comments, and I'm producing more or less by myself. JC's still helping. I appreciate it, man. But we'll just get to the fourth quarter finale. Like I said, if you want to put some comments in there, let us know. I see some people watching. Just tell them, hey, tell Riggs he's good. Tell him the Steelers suck. Whatever, man. We can all do that. It's okay with me. I don't think the Steelers suck.
We're winning. It's all good. Talk your talk.
Hey, man. Hey, I had the Steelers going to the playoffs, so you don't got to worry about me. I never doubted Mike Tomlin. That's just Foley, in my opinion. We don't do that.
Secondary, dude.
All right. So what we've done is we've gone to the fourth quarter finale. For those that are watching that aren't familiar with it, you must pick different answers. If you go off with the same answer, it's going to be minus 2 points, all right? The leading point scorer goes first. As of right now, Riggs got that extra point, so he is a little bit ahead of JC. Riggs, you have 13. JC, you have 12. Mace, you got 11 there. Audience with the big fat goose egg for the first time ever. That's never happened going into the fourth quarter finale. That's okay, though. But what we have here is it's all points or doubles. So every time I give a thumbs up, you get 2 points. Plenty of opportunity for everybody in this with only 2 points of separation. Everything is based off of half-point PPR, redraft, 12-team league, 100-yard bonus of 2 points. All right. Moving the time, we'll just keep it at 30 seconds. Actually, I don't like doing that. Let's move it to 32 seconds. Give it a little bit different number there. It is the 30-second episode. I gave you all that hint right before 30-second with Marcus Allen. He's just so good, man. Go check him out if you're watching the show and you don't know who Marcus Allen is. He's simply amazing, man. He's one of the best running backs of all time. But with that being said, so Riggs will go first on the first question, JC second, Mace third, and we'll rotate it through. We got 3 questions in this fourth quarter finale. You got to get hot at the right time to win it, just like most sports. Whoever wins the fourth quarter generally wins, okay? All right, so let's start with it. Favorite non-quarterback for fantasy football this upcoming Thursday. We got a matchup with 2 teams kind of reeling. I don't really know their identity other than kind of being a tough defense. It's Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Both teams coming off a division loss. Those are brutal. Teams usually bounce back for that. So who's your favorite non-quarterback for that matchup? Like I said, Riggs, you're up first. 13 points, 32 seconds on the clock. It starts right now.
At Buffalo is a big one here for me. I'm looking at Stephon Diggs all day long. They are due for a bounce-back game. I know he had 6 for 12 last week, 58 yards and a touchdown. He seems to be putting out well, 10 for 16, 100 yards the week before that. I know Josh Allen doesn't look great right now, but I do not think Stephon Diggs is the problem. At home this week, big bounce-back game. I'm a Tampa guy. I like Baker Mayfield, but this is a bad matchup for this Tampa Bay team. I think the Buffalo Bills win this thing by 14 plus. Diggs gets in once, maybe twice, 100-yard performance. I'm saying 10 catches, goes off.
I love it. Giving you 1 more point there, moving you all the way up to 19 at the buzzer, Riggs. I do love it. Great effort. JC, going to put you over here. We got Mike. Get a little interaction here. Got Mike Evans is the answer coming in already. Let's see what JC thinks.
Those 2 answers are too easy. Come on.
All right, JC. You got 32 seconds to start right now.
All right, my answer is Levante David. over the last 2 games, he has racked up 25 tackles plus assists, 2 passes defended, and a sack. He also has back-to-back weeks with 10-plus tackle bonus. Oh, shoot, did we lose somebody? All right, let's make that 3 weeks in a row. He plays the Bills in week 8, he plays with Bills in week 8. He finished the 4th overall at IDP against the Lions and 13th against the Falcons. Let's give him between 8 and 14 this week. Overall IDP player.
All right, let me see if I can get Mace back in here. Going to invite him back.
He said his kiddo was drawing on walls, so he had to go.
Okay. Oh, the private chat back there. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
All good. So he's out of the running. Let's see. We do have Fantasy Fish in there. SoCal, let's see all the fellas. A little late today. All good, man. Glad to have you in here. If you guys got to answer, Fantasy Fish, Anthony, my man, you got to expound on that. Let me see. Get you some points here. Already given you 2 because you're the first to answer. But yeah, Mike Evans is always a stud. Like you heard Riggs just say, he is a big, Tampa Bay Baker Mayfield guy. Everything I'm reading about Baker Mayfield says he's got a lot of great chemistry down there. Going out to eat with the linemen, take them out to the Caribbean, going to hang out with Mike Evans and Godwin and little dive bars where they can escape. I mean, it's made me really respect Baker. He's put his whole career on his line. What I heard is like Tampa Bay didn't recruit Baker. He went to them and told them, hey, give me a shot. I want to play here. I think I can be a good fit for you guys. And he basically had to go earn that starting position from Trask because they were ready to hand off to. So I just kind of think that speaks to Baker. I have faith in him too. He can pass well. He's won a playoff game in this league. Tough to do. But Baker wasn't one of the options. I do think Mike Evans will have a good game against that secondary because let's just be honest, the Bills have lost their starting number 1 corner, number 1 safety, and number 1 linebacker. But I don't know that they can stop Allen. He lost back-to-back games. I think London kind of threw a kink and all that, to be honest with you. But we'll just have to take a look at that here in a little bit. Gave you guys another point, giving y'all 6 total. Thank y'all for chiming in. Okay, we're on to the next one, Mace. I do appreciate you being in. No big deal. You had to bump out, man. Who will be the highest scoring IDP tonight? Just to give you some names, we got Hunter, we got Bosa, we got Warner, we got Wufanga, we got Harrison Smith, we got Cameron Byman, we got Jordan Hicks. I mean, there's more for you guys as well. And I'm still going to give you 32 seconds to answer. And Riggs, you were up last, so JC, you're going to be up first. Let me get you shifted over here, my friend, and we'll start the timer, okay? Let's see. Oh, did I get you in? Tried to grab you. All right.
What are you trying to grab me for?
Always grab. All right, here we go. Ready? Time starts now.
All right, so I was kind of short and sweet. It looks like 49ers are without a starting left tackle Trent Williams tonight. Jalen Moore and Matt Pryor will be starting at left tackle and swing tackle for the first time. So it's going to be Hicks and Hunter who will benefit. Could see Hunter getting a sack tonight. He's already at 8 on the year. So, and my boy Hicks going for another 10-plus tackle night. So I think those 2 will be the big beneficiaries tonight.
You got to pick one. Who is it?
I'm going with Hicks tonight. You can
have them both.
He's on my card. He's on my card.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. I mean, you kind of put him in a bind there. No big deal. He still got 4 points in that. That's good to go, Riggs. All right. He took off Hicks, right? That was our answer. Final answer. Yeah. All right. Hicks is off the board, Riggs. 32 seconds. Who do you have on that?
Nick Bosa is about to go off, folks. This dude has 2.5 sacks on the year right now, 10 solo tackles, no forced fumbles. He's waiting for a breakout game. This is the breakout game. I don't know if y'all watched quarterback, but Kirk Cousins gets killed back there. There's no way they can protect him against Nick Bosa, dude. I really think – I'm not even a Nick Bosa guy. I think he's going to have a field day. I'm expecting a 1.5 sacks for him, maybe even 2 in this game. Another 4 solo tackles, maybe 3, and even a forced fumble tonight would not shock me if Alexander Madison drops the football.
I love it. Got you in the lead with that question. Go ahead, JC.
I was going to say he better, man, because I drafted him pretty early in FF7s, and he has definitely made me regret that pick very much so over the last 7 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, he like you said, Rich, really hasn't lived up to his billing, looking to have that breakout game. Right now, gave you the edge.
The matchup is great. You're correct.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Daniela Hunter. I think there could be a lot of sacks. I think the defenses could have big games tonight. I think, I believe Mace said it, or the Vikings pass 70-something% of the time. That is a lot of passing, dude. You're bound to get sacked when you do it that many times. So with that being said, it looks like Anthony's got – I just feel he has to be good for the Bucs to stand a chance. And Bills injuries are mounting, going back to that Tampa Bay question. I do love it. I'd like to get some participation on this third one in there. I think it's a very unique question. I've been trying to go that route. These guys don't know the third question, so this is just kind of where we're at right now with it. It is a mystery to y'all. I will say, Riggs, you do have a 1-point lead. And with Mace not being here, we will just go back to you to return this question, okay? It is pretty simple. I think it's going to be, we can maybe talk about a live wager after this. JC and I will be doing the watching up to the half watch-along party, okay? So what are you guys' answers on Melee wager on this? Who scores the first touchdown tonight, Riggs? All right. Let's get you over on the big screen, and we'll get it started right now. I think you've already kind of mentioned it, but go ahead.
Yeah. And for that reason, I want to change my guy, because if I say CMC, I'm being lame. Let's be real here. I'm not saying that. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to go with his – no, I'm not. I'm going to go TJ Hawkinson plus 220 in this spot. I just think that it's a good spot for Kirk. We just talked about him throwing the football. Bosa's coming. Get the ball out quick. Who better than the big guy right there in the end zone, 5-10 yards, TJ Hawkinson. I know his yards aren't there, but his catches are there. His routes are there, and I think he gets in tonight. I like that better than a run game pick. So I'll go TJ.
All right. I do love it. You said Hawkinson plus 220 on the line. You were ready for that. Gave you an extra point. I gave you the half a point there. So that means JC, he's at 10-27. You're at 22. You're going to need 3 thumbs up here to force this into a win for you. Who's going to score the first touchdown tonight, my friend? And give me the why. Starts now.
I'm just going to stick with my guy, Brandon Ayuk. I just think that secondary is so bad that he's just going to break off one big play. It's going to be one big play. Like I said, 112 yards. He'll probably get like a 65-yard touchdown or something like that. That'll be the first play, and the Vikings audience will be shut down. And yeah, that's how we end up losing, because the crowd is gone.
No more goal chance after that, you're saying? So you think it's a first quarter touchdown or no? Our first drive?
Yeah, let's go first quarter touchdown. I think the first touchdown should be scored in the first quarter.
All right, giving you another half a point there because I asked you another question. I don't think I see anything in the audience tonight, but man, we are on pace for this show to still finish as scheduled. And guess what, JC? Hate to break it to you, man. Riggs got you by a point there. That one last little second point, half point, I got you, man. So that makes you, the floor is yours, sir. Riggs, anything you'd like to say? Doesn't even have to be sports related, man. You can talk about whatever you want. The floor is yours.
Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was fun. We winning. Go Broncos. Let's ride. Hey, on the real though, no, man, I appreciate you guys having me. This is it's fun as always. JC, always fun going against you, man. And Iggy, great job, man. Thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Yeah, dude, I love it, man. I'll be on the show with you tomorrow, like we talked about. Free donuts today. I didn't even go get one. I feel like the Broncos, every time they win, I don't ever get the free donut. I go when I have to go pay for it. That's just how it is, man. It's all good. JC, going to give you the floor as well, man. Anything you'd like to say? Thanks for participating. I know you probably appreciated not having to be the producer, actually. So you're still doing it.
Oh, I mean, I like doing that. That's the fun stuff. I like to hang out behind the snes.
I understand.
This is always fun too. This is always a blast too. We got the show tonight, the watch party. Should be interesting. Everyone gets to watch me cry as the Vikings lose again. It's all good. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think the spread for the Vikings, I think it's going to be a little closer. Maybe it's a closeout garbage time spread cover, but Kirk Cousins loses. He's not Mr. Primetime. Kyle Shanahan, not Mr. Primetime either, though, has the 2 largest Super Bowl comebacks against him. Blowout with the NFC 49ers as well in the NFC Championship game 1-9. I'm not saying that he's Mr. Clutch either. I get he's not playing, but, believe it or not, wins or losses is a head coach stat. It is the stat for a head coach because you are what your record is, all right? I want to look real quick. Fantasy Fish said, Kittle, no reason, just a hunch. Hey, National Tight End Weekend. Saw somebody put that. Waller.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think about
Waller, Goddard, Andrews, and Kelsey. They put that on that. It was like plus 4,000, man. I should have done it. But I'm still happy we put Andrews on there. We like to hit it. Riggs, any good bets before I let you out of here, man, tonight? Anything you got going on tonight? Anything you want to tell the people?
I like field goal for the first score tonight. You could pick either side. If you can just go straight, go straight. If you got to pick a team, go 49ers at plus 325. Like that a lot.
Nice.
And then, I'm on one of those wild ones today. I'm on a 25-1 bet. Both teams to score a touchdown and a field goal in each half. Why not? Live a little. It's Monday night. It's been a good week. That's about it for me, man. I think this game's pretty wild. Like I said, I do got TJ to get in. I do like CMC first if you want to have a little bit of fun. But overall, man, this is a scary game to bet. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. No, dude, I love that bet for the half. I do that bet sometimes myself. Obviously not every week, not every game. But yeah, this lack of defense of Minnesota just gets it. I think San Francisco does that pretty easy. So thank you. I want to say SoCal. Ray McLeod said anytime touchdown. I like that. Give me that in the first touchdown. D-Bay out gives him that spot to make an impact. He has been making more plays than Jennings, So I have Jennings high tonight. Ray Mcleod, somebody's going to step it up, okay?
What's the prop we took tonight? What's the prop I took tonight before we got on here? Bynum plus what? Bynum over 7.5.
That was the jailhouse bets, and then you took Hicks over 8.5. Bynum over 7.5. It came in at plus 283, right? Yeah, I think
256. Plus 256.
256. Okay, yeah. Check that out as well. That's one of our bets. I'm on Bynum solo. I did put 2 soups on it. All right, let's get out of here so we can all enjoy the game. Riggs, thank you for coming on. I'll be on the show with him tomorrow. We are going to have the watch party. I do exercise. I got a little bit of a plan tonight. JC hits the 12-ounce curls over there, and we just have a good time. So come join us. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. We're going to have a great lineup. I'll get it posted soon. Hey, take care of yourself. Bet smart. Be lucky. Don't blow all your load on Monday Night Football. You never know what's going to happen. All right, guys. We'll see you later.